Chapter 15. A group of zombies has you cornered, and you have no weapons, Duke reminded Taylor. She grabbed a pair of dice and rolled. She read the numbers and moved her game piece through the little game board town the appropriate number of spaces. She then read the directions written in the space. I slipped past the zombies without notice. Lucky, Scout said as she rolled the dice. Her character was on the other side of the board/town. What's the point of this game again? Taylor asked, taking a bite of pizza. The goal of the game is to reach the safe haven in the center, Scout said. Whoever gets there first wins. She moved her character several spaces and read. Fuck me sideways. A zombie dog just bit my leg. Duke and Taylor laughed. You better hope you get to the haven soon, Duke said sympathetically. That's where the cure is. Scout rolled her eyes and handed him the dice. I wonder how Dante's doing. Can you imagine? Duke asked, scoffing. What's that supposed to mean? Taylor asked. Nothing. Just, if they're, No, I don't know. Duke's face turned red. I just don't get the logistics of that. Taylor laughed, letting him off the hook. Panzer is impossibly huge. I couldn't imagine being that buff, Scout added. It must be tiring, getting around. He was breathing kinda heavy when I first met him. The human body isn't meant to handle that kind of mass on a daily basis, Duke chimed in, ever the knowledgeable one. How would you know? Taylor asked. He sighed. I wouldn't. They all laughed. Suddenly, the hotel door opened, and in walked Dante. The trio ceased laughing immediately. Dante stared at them. What did I miss? He asked. Nothing, Duke said. How was your date? It wasn't a date. He was just being nice to me. After what I saw. Taylor looked at Scout and whispered, Are you sure it's not happening again? Scout shook her head. Truthfully, she still had no idea. She didn't want to scare Taylor. After seeing the dead cow on the way to the hotel, something in the back of her mind was telling her to flee, that something terrible was going to happen soon. Dante grabbed a beer and a slice of pizza and sat at the table to watch the others play. Eventually, Taylor reached the haven first, leaving Scout and Duke to die in the zombie-infested streets. Girl, you wrong, Dante told Taylor. How so? You left your friends out there like that. He smiled kindly. I didn't make the rules, honey. Dante laughed and went to the window. Damn, that girl is going to town on that guy. Duke laughed. I said the same thing earlier. They're still in the pool? Scout looked down and saw the blue-haired girl doing more than just making out with the guy now. Her head was beneath the water's surface. Someone knocked on the door. Dante answered. Panzer? He said with surprise. Scout turned to see the giant standing in the doorway. He smiled and waved at her. She waved back. Come in, Dante said, backing up. Panzer ducked and entered the room, followed by little Garth. The small guy grinned shyly. Taylor leaned toward Scout and whispered, Who's the little one? Garth. We met him too. He seems a little high-strung, but he's harmless. He's adorable, Taylor said. Are you straight all of a sudden? Scout asked. If I were, I'd tear him up. I just want to put him in my pocket. He's pretty, like a girl. With his shoulder-length blonde hair and soft face, he did appear a tad feminine. Scout stifled a laugh as the newcomers grabbed beers and pizza. With Panzer there, the room seemed a lot smaller. He stood by the window in the corner to allow people more space. "Panzer," Scout said. "This is my friend Taylor. Taylor, this is Panzer. I don't think you two officially met earlier." They shook hands as his gaze wandered out the window. "That's a hell of a grip," Taylor said with a grimace on her face. Panzer didn't seem to notice. He was looking down toward the pool. Suddenly, he looked at Taylor, then down at their hands, and then released her. "I'm so sorry. I have to go. Something to take care of." He suddenly left the room, surprisingly fast for a man his size. Everyone stared after him. "What was that about?" Duke asked. Garth didn't go after his friend, though. He simply shrugged and studied the board game. "What's this?" Dante headed for the door. "I'll check on him." He sounded disgusted with Garth as he walked out the door, but Scout may have imagined it. Garth didn't seem to hear Dante's words. Duke explained the rules of the game to Garth as Scout looked down at the pool again. The guy and girl were still going at it, with the girl kissing the guy again. The girl suddenly looked up at Scout, and Scout backed away quickly. The last thing she wanted was to be considered a voyeur. And damn if that girl didn't look a lot like Scout.